ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد. قال المصنف رحمه الله إمام ابن حجر العسقلاني في كتابه بلوغ المرام من أدلة الأحكام في باب صلاة الجماعة والإمامة، حديث رقم 335 وعن أبي هريرة رضي الله تعالى عنه عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال: إذا سمعتم الإقامة فامشوا إلى الصلاة وعليكم السكينة والوقار ولا تسرعوا، فما أدركتم فصلوا وما فاتكم فأتموا، متفق عليه ولفظ للبخاري. عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه, he says that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, إذا سمعتم الإقامة, and whenever you hear the إقامة, فامشوا إلى الصلاة, and go to the prayers, وعليكم السكينة والوقار, and upon you is to have tranquility and dignity, ولا تسرعوا, and do not be hasty, فما أدركتم فصلوا, and whatever you get from the part of the prayer, pray it, وما فاتكم فأتموا, and whatever you have missed from it, complete it. This is one of the hadith which explains about the adab of going to the masjid. هذا الحديث يدل على بيان على آداب الذهاب إلى المسجد. So whenever you hear the iqamah, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says that عليكم السكينة, upon you is tranquility and waqar and dignity. So do not rush towards the masjid. Do not run towards the masjid. In fact, Imam al-Bukhari rahimahullah, he has made a chapter in Sahih al-Bukhari which is known as Babu Sukut fi Salah. Babu Sukut Salah. Whenever there is this particular chapter talks about how to go to the masjids. So there are people, rather he has to go with dignity and he has to go by with tranquility, calm, khushu. And whatever you could get from the prayers, complete it. And here, فَمَا أَدْرَكْتُمْ فَصَلُّوا. So when you go to the masjid, already the jama'ah is stood. So you join the imam and follow the imam where you have joined the imam with. You got the point? Join the imam. وَمَا فَاتَكُمْ فَأَتِمُّوا, and whatever you have missed, try to finish that. You have to finish that. So whenever you go to the masjid, have dignity and tranquility. Do not rush. And this is what we need to teach our children. In fact, I remember my father, when I was a child, I used to get down from the bus. And I used to get down from the bus when the bus was moving. And when I got down, he tapped on my head and said, "Do not do this." And whenever we get into the bus, we rush into the bus in order to get a seat. My father said, "No, don't do it. When you get it, you get it. If it's written for you, you'll get it." Similarly, subhanAllah, do not rush. This is ibadah. That is something worldly which I mentioned. But this is from the ibadah, worship. So whatever you get it. So do not be hasty towards the masjid. Subhanallah. Hadith number 336. وعن أبي بن كعب رضي الله تعالى عنه قال: قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: صلاة الرجل مع الرجل أزكى من صلاة وحده، وصلاته مع الرجلين أزكى من صلاته مع الرجل، وما كان أكثر فهو أحب إلى الله عز وجل. رواه أبو داود والنسائي وصححه ابن حبان. Ubay ibn Ka'b radiallahu anhu, he says that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, صلاة الرجل مع الرجل أزكى من صلاته وحده. The man's prayer with another man is much better in reward than praying by himself. Yani yusalli munfarida, by praying himself. وصلاته مع رجلين أزكى من صلاة مع الرجل, and salat with two people, that is three, total of them three, is better than praying with two people. مع صلاة الرجل, with one person. وما كان أكثر فهو أحب إلى الله عز وجل, and whatever is more than that is more beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There are many things that we have to discuss in this hadith. Number one, what is considered in the religion of Islam as a jama'ah is two people. Some of the ulama are of the opinion, like Imam Malik, he says the jama'ah jama'ah is considered when there are 40 people among them. 40. Otherwise it is not considered jama'ah. But from the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it's very clear that the jama'ah is considered when there are two. And if there are more, jama'ah is much better. So what do we understand from this is that, number one, jama'ah is considered as minimum two. Some of the ulama they say at least three. But what two is right than three. Is it clear? Now, another benefit that we have to learn from the hadith. If there are masajids surrounding your house, many masajids around your house. Some masajids has more jama'ah than the other masajids. So go to that masjid which has more jama'ah, because you will be getting more reward in praying in the jama'ah. Is it clear? More reward. Where there is more jama'ah, you will get more reward. Less jama'ah, you will get according to the jama'ah, but you will get the praise reward. For example, 27 praise that we have studied in the hadith. But you will be getting here more reward when it comes to the more jama'ah. And we have discussed الصلاة في بيت العتيق أفضل من صلاة المساجد الجديد والمساجد الجدد. Isn't it? The masajids in the old masajids, the salah in the old masajids is better than praying in the masajids which are new. Similarly, المساجد فيه يعني المساجد فيه أكثر من الجماعة. If there is a masjid which has more jama'ah, it's better to pray in that than a masjid which has less jama'ah. So this hadith is the dalil for it. And also whenever you come to the masjid, sometimes what happens is some people ask that if a person is praying sunnah and he has missed the obligatory prayers, can he join the person who is praying the sunnah? Yes, you can do that. So jama'ah congregation is much better than pray alone. And also there is another benefit, there are other benefits that we can understand from this hadith, that sometimes what happens is, sometimes masajids are very far away from the house. There are no masajids surrounding. For example, if you go to the west, this is the case for example. In India, we have masajids everywhere. Every 100 meters, every 200, within half an hour, within half a kilometer distance, we have many masajids. Isn't it? But if we go to the west, it's not the case. Masajids are very far away. Even the east, if you go to masajids are very far away. In that case, what are we supposed to do? It is better to pray in the jama'ah at home with your family. And also, the woman can make jama'ah for them. So there are many fawaid that we learn from this hadith. So it is better always to pray in the jama'ah. Number 337. وعن أم ورقة رضي الله تعالى عنها أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أمرها أن تؤم أهل دارها. رواه أبو داود وصححه ابن خزيمة. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he ordered Waraqah radiyallahu anha to lead the jama'ah for their women folk in the masjid, in her house. Waraqah radiyallahu anha, she was a Hafizatul Quran. She was Hafiza of the Quran. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam told her to lead the jama'ah for the family. And Waraqah radiyallahu anha, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he always remembers her. He always used to call her as Shahida. And subhanAllah, she became Shahida. And Makki, one of her slaves, killed her. And she used to lead the jama'ah. But this is the dalil to say that a woman can lead the jama'ah, but not for the men. It's only for the women. And there are certain etiquettes to follow while you lead the jama'ah. The woman is leading the jama'ah, there are certain etiquettes to follow. What are the etiquettes? The woman will be standing in the middle of the saf, not in the front, in the front of the saf. She will be standing in the middle of the saf, not in the front. And first of all, standing front or middle doesn't matter. That's from the Sunnah. It's not wajib that a man has to stand in the front and man has to stand, woman has to stand in the middle. No. Even the woman leads the Jama'ah at the front, there is no issues, according to majority of the ulama. But what is sahih is to stand within the Saf. Number one. Go to subhanAllah, not only at home, even if you go to some of the madaris where the women, there are only girls in the madaris, it's better for them to offer salah in Jama'ah. So these are the dalil which says that women can lead Jama'ah for the women, not for the men, as we studied in the previous hadith. Hadith number 338. وعن أنس رضي الله تعالى عنه أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال استخلف ابن أم مكتوم يؤم الناس وهو عامى. رواه أحمد وأبو داود ونحوه لابن حبان عن عائشة رضي الله عنها. Anas bin Malik رضي الله عنه, he says that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam appointed Abdullah bin Maktoum radiyallahu anhu to lead the prayers. Subhanallah. Abdullah bin Maktoum radiyallahu anhu was the blind Sahabi. Was a blind Sahabi. So during the absence of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, whenever they go for Ghazwa, so Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam used to appoint Abdullah bin Maktoum to lead the prayers. So this hadith is a dalil to say that a blind man can lead the prayers. Absolutely no problem. But this blind man has to be Imam Rawatib. Imam Rawatib. The Imam who is appointed. The person randomly comes and lead the prayers. Abdullah bin Maktoum radiallahu anhu was among the Sahaba radiallahu anhu who was more knowledgeable. That's why Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam do not appoint anybody without any benefit. He knows the standards among the Sahaba radiallahu anhu. That's why he appointed Abdullah bin Maktoum radiallahu anhu during their absence to lead the prayers. And leading the prayers is not an easy thing, especially when during the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And we have learned from the many hadith that when he was sick, he ordered Bilal to go and ask Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu to lead the prayers. When he did not find Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, he found Umar. Then he asked him to lead the prayers. When Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam asked him who led the prayers, he said, Umar. Really, he said, Allah did not accept this. SubhanAllah. So leading the prayers, this place where people are leading the prayers, that person has to be righteous Imam, knowledgeable, who leads the Ummah. He is a leader, Imam. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, إِنَّمَا جُعِلَ الْإِمَامُ لِيُتِمَّ بِهِ. Verily we have made the Imam in order for you to follow him. So what he does, we do. So Imam has to be our leader. So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam appointed, even though Abdullah bin Maktoum was a Sahabi who was blind, he appointed him as an Imam in the masjid. So we have no problem. There is one masjid here in SK Garden. I remember there is one Imam who was blind, subhanAllah, and his recitation is beautiful, rahimahullah, passed away. Very young. Maybe he's 35, 36. He was very young, subhanAllah. Before the COVID, when I came to India from Makkah, my parents used to stay there in SK Garden, so I used to go to the masjid. And his recitation was very good, and not blue on his face, subhanAllah. And recently I came to learn to pass away due to COVID. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him the height in the place of Jannah. So he was a blind. So he led the prayer, he was half of the Quran. Even half of it. And if you see subhanAllah, most of the people who are blind, the other senses will work much better than that. Much better. Their memory becomes much sharper than the person who has, what do you say, sight. SubhanAllah. This is the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the person. Allah understand. If you see some of the scholars, most of the scholars, they are blind. They just come to the masjid, they go to the durus, they will not have book in their hand, but they keep satisfied a mutton, the entire shop of milk. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has enabled them to memorize this. Allah is Tayyib. Hadith number 339. وعن ابن عمر رضي الله تعالى عنهما قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم صلوا على من قال لا إله إلا الله وصلوا خلف من قال لا إله إلا الله رواه الدارقطني بإسناد ضعيف. Ibn Umar radiallahu anhu, he says that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Sallu man qala la ilaha illallah, and pray behind the person whoever says la ilaha illallah. Wa sallu khalfa man qala la ilaha illallah. Sallu khalfa man qala la ilaha, and pray behind whoever says la ilaha illallah. Okay? There are two meanings in the hadith, and this hadith is da'if. This hadith is da'if. Some of the ulama are of the opinion this hadith is mawdu'i. But Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani brings this hadith to teach us something very important. One of the conditions that a prayer is accepted is that you should have iman. Without iman, none of your deeds will be accepted in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One of the conditions for any deed to be accepted, even if you say Subhanallah, even if you have to say Walhamdulillah, that will not be accepted by Allah except you have Iman. Except you have Iman. So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Sallu ala man qala la ilaha illallah. Pray upon whoever says la ilaha illallah, means any Muslim who says la ilaha illallah, you should pray for him. صلوا على من صلوا خلف من قال لا إله إلا الله, and pray behind whoever says لا إله إلا الله. The first one talks about Salat al-Janazah. The second one talks about praying behind the person who says لا إله إلا الله. Now the question arises that whoever says لا إله إلا الله, can we pray behind him or not? There are many disbelievers in La ilaha illallah. Because of just saying La ilaha illallah, we're going to pray behind him. No. When a person is La ilaha illallah, وَهُوَ مُسْتَلْزِمٌ بِشَهَادَةُ الثَّانِيَةِ, it is obligatory upon that person to accept even أَشْهَدُ أَنَّ مُحَمَّدَ رَسُولُ اللَّهِ, to accept Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam as his messenger. If somebody says, I believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I'm a Muslim, he says, I do not believe in Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he's a Muslim. He's not a Muslim. The one who believes in Allah has to believe in Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Just by accepting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as God, his salah will not be accepted. In that case, we can pray behind munafiqeen, isn't it? It's not allowed to pray behind munafiqeen. The Murjiya, there was a sect called Murjiya. Have you heard about the sect called Murjiya? There are many sects in the religion of Islam. As Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said that the Ummah will be divided into 73 sects according to the Hadith which I recited to you. Everybody goes to the Jahannam except one. Except one. And there is Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah. And there are many sects. Murjiya, Jabariya, Qadriya, Khawarij, Jahmiya, all this. The Murjiya, what they believe is that if you ask them what is the definition of Iman, if you ask them what is the definition of Iman, they say that Al-Iman tasdiqu bil-qalbi, tasdiqu bil-qalbi wa tasdiqu bil-lisan wa iqrar bil-lisan. It is only testification or testifying from the heart or testifying by the tongue. That is enough. You don't have to pray. As long as you say La ilaha illallah, you are a Muslim. So can you pray behind that Muslim who does not pray, but he comes and behind become the Imam? He denies there is no prayer. He denies prayer, he denies zakat, he denies hajj, he denies everything. But he says La ilaha illallah, can we pray behind him? No. But you can pray behind any person who understands La ilaha illallah, When we say La ilaha illallah, there are certain conditions of La ilaha illallah. Can anybody tell me what are the conditions of La ilaha illallah? What are the conditions of La ilaha illallah? If you meet all these conditions, then you have really understood La ilaha illallah. If one of the conditions are missing, then you have not understood La ilaha illallah. What are the conditions?
Sincerity. Sincerity.
Yes, ikhlas.
Knowledge.
Knowledge, ilm.
Belief.
Yeah. Sadq. Number 3.
Love.
Mahabba. Ghafur. Very good, very good. Al-ilm wal-yaqeen wal-qubul wal-inqiyad wal-mahabba wal-ikhlas wa-sidq. These are the 7 conditions of La ilaha illallah. Knowledge, acceptance, sincerity, complete submission, truthfulness, love, and no? That is part of La ilaha illallah. That is a part of La nahi wal-ithbat. La ilaha nahi, where you reject. Al-ithbat is we testify that there is no God except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So whoever says La ilaha illallah, you pray for that person. He's a Muslim. And whoever says La ilaha illallah, you will pray behind that person. There is a qaida that we need to keep in the mind. What is the qaida? This qaida even I mentioned in the last class. What is the qaida? Man sahat salatuhu wa sahat imamatuhu. Whoever salah is accepted, obviously his praying behind will be accepted. This is a qaida, this is something which is very important. It's very, very important. So salah behind a person who is says La ilaha illallah and fulfills all the conditions of Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and who believes and who is away from shirk, his salah is valid and praying behind him is valid. But you can never ever pray behind a person who commits shirk. Can you pray behind a person who commits bid'ah? Innovation. Innovation is of 2 types. There is something called innovation, there is something called innovation which takes a person out of the religion of Islam. So praying behind a person who does innovation which takes a person out of the religion of Islam, you can't pray behind him. But if a person is performing bid'ah, that which does not take a person out of the religion of Islam, you can pray behind him. One of the Salaf, they asked, one of the scholars, they asked, can we pray behind a person who commits innovation? He says, you can pray, but he is responsible for his innovation. So it is allowed to pray behind a person who commits innovation, but innovation has to be, should not reach that which takes away that person off the religion of Islam. Keep this in mind, inshallah. There are some people who say that we can't go and perform behind the ahnaf. Go in these massages and they never pray. That means what you made it is failure. And this is something which is serious in the religion of Islam. Seriously, making the fear of a person, calling that person a kafir, or even considering a Muslim as a kafir is something serious. Instead of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we need to stay away from such kind of things. Even though this hadith is da'if, certain rules are being accepted by the Rahimahullah. Isn't it? Hadith number 340, this is the last hadith under this chapter. And we'll be starting a new chapter that is a very interesting chapter. Babu Salat al-Musafir al-Barid. The chapter of a traveler, the Salah of a traveler, which most of the people have a lot of confusion on this particular issues. We go to the hadith number 340. وعن علي بن أبي طالب رضي الله عنه قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا أتى أحدكم الصلاة والإمام على الحال فليصنع كما يصنع الإمام. رواه الترمذي بإسناد ضعيف. Ali ibn Abi Talib radiallahu anhu, he says that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, إِذَا أَتَى أَحَدَكُمُ الصَّلَاةَ, if one of you come to the prayers, وَالْإِمَامُ عَلَى حَالٍ. An imam is in certain situation, whether he was in ruku, or he was in sujood, or he was in tashahhud. فَلْيَسْنَعْ كَمَا يَسْنَعُ الْإِمَامِ. And do exactly what the imam does. Means join imam in his position. In his position. So when you join, you say Allahu Akbar. Obviously you will say Takbir al-Ihram. There are some people, they tie their hands before going to the sujood or tashahhud or anything that imam is in that position. You say Allahu Akbar, you directly go to the position. You will not say Allah, you say Allahu Akbar, you not tie your hands, then you go to the position of the imam. But rather you go directly. Am I clear about this? There are some people who say Allahu Akbar, they read further. Allah. Then they go to the imam. They go to the position of the imam. Sometimes they might miss the imam. They might miss the ruku. By missing the ruku, you might miss the rak'ah. Obviously. So you say Allahu Akbar, then you go directly. That Allahu Akbar, what you say, Takbir al-Ihram. And when you go to the ruku or a sujood or any position that imam is, you will not say Allahu Akbar again. That's another thing that you need to keep in mind. You say Allahu Akbar, directly go to the position of the imam. You will not say another Allahu Akbar, that is Takbir al-Intiqal. Say Allahu Akbar again. Rather, you will be going directly in which the imam in his position. And rest, whatever you have missed, you will be finishing that you have missed from the prayers. With this we have finished the chapter Babu Salat al-Jama'ah wal-Imamah, and we have discussed and many issues of Jama'ah, congregation, many importance of it, and we have discussed about the importance of Imam and the etiquettes of Imam, conditions of the Imam, and characteristics of the Imam. All of this we have discussed in the chapter. Now we will go to a new chapter, that is Babu Salat al-Musafir wal-Marid. That is chapter of the traveler and the sick person. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, Surah Al-Nisa, فَإِذَا ضَرَبْتُمْ فِي الْأَرْضِ فَلَيْسَ عَلَيْكُمْ جُنَاحٌ فَلَيْسَ عَلَيْكُمْ جُنَاحٌ أَن تَقْصِرُوا مِنَ الصَّلَاةِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَإِنْ خِفْتُمْ أَن تَفْتَنِكُمُ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا وَأَنَّ الْكَافِرِينَ كَانُوا لَكُمْ عَدُوًّا مُبِينًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, إِذَا ضَرَبْتُمْ فِي الْأَرْضِ. And if you are going around the world, around the earth, traveling, if you are traveling, فَلَيْسَ عَلَيْكُمْ جُنَاحٌ أَن تَقْصِرُوا مِنَ الصَّلَاةِ. And there is no issues upon you if you have to shorten your prayers. This ayah clearly explains that you can shorten the prayers. And from the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam clearly explains that you can shorten the prayers while you are traveling. In the beginning, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made the salah obligatory upon the believers, Dhuhr was 2 rakah, Asr was 2, Isha was 2, the Fajr remained 2 rakah, and the Maghrib was 3 rakah initially. After the migration to Medina, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made Dhuhr, Asr and Isha into 4 rakah. Into 4 rakah. This hadith, so this is like the qasr in the salah, the shortening the praise in the while traveling. Well, let us divide this particular chapter into 2 categories. Number 1, into the category of traveler, another category which is sick person. Let us discuss about the musafir. We are going to discuss many things in this chapter. When a person is considered as musafir, when he can shorten the prayers, how he can shorten the prayers, where he can shorten the prayers, how long he can shorten the prayers. All these things, inshallah ta'ala, will be discussing in this chapter. Imam Ibn Mundir, rahimahullah, he brings about 20 aqwal, 20 statements from the companions of Rasul, from this ulama rahimahullah, about different places where you shorten the prayers, or different timings and distance where you can shorten the prayers. Allah Musta'an. 20 qawl. How many? 20. Some of them they say that the journey of 3 days and 3 nights. You can shorten the prayer. Some of the qawl is that 1 meal, 1 mile if you travel, you shorten the prayer. 100 kilometers. Another qawl is the moment you leave the house. But we need to understand what exactly and where exactly a person is considered as a traveler. Considered as a traveler. And when we say shortening the prayers, is it wajib or is it mustahab? Is it obligated to shorten the prayers or it is highly recommended to shorten the prayers? From the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we understand that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam never ever shortened his prayers while he was traveling. لم يثبت عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أنه صلى إتماما, that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam performed the complete prayers while he was traveling. That's why there are two aqwal on this matter. Jumhur ulama, they say that it is allowed for a person to pray completely. You understand what I'm saying? You can pray completely, but what is highly recommended is that you can shorten the prayers. It is highly recommended. This is the qawl of Jumhur ulama, the majority of the scholars. Imam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah is of the opinion that no, it is wajib, that you have to shorten the prayers. Wajib. This is the qawl of Imam Abu Hanifa. When we are learning many hadiths in this chapter, we will be able to understand as to the distance, as to whether we can shorten the prayers or we can complete the prayers, or pray completely or not. Inshallah, we will be discussing all these matters in this chapter, inshallah. We'll go to the hadith number 1, hadith number 341. وعن عائشة رضي الله تعالى عنها قالت أول ما فرضت الصلاة ركعتين فأقرت صلاة السفر وأتمت صلاة الحضر متفق عليه. Aisha رضي الله عنها, she says that when the salah was made obligatory in the beginning, it was only 2 rak'ah. Further, she says that وَأُقِرَّتْ صَلَاةُ السَّفَرِ, and the we read the hadith again and we discuss the issue inshallah. Hadith number 341. وعن عائشة رضي الله تعالى عنها قالت, Aisha رضي الله عنها, she says that أول ما فرضت صلاة ركعتين, salat which was prescribed first was 2 rak'ah. وأقرت صلاة السفر, afterwards the prayer during traveling was confirmed. وأتمت صلاة الحضر, while the prayer at the place of residence was completed. That means it was doubled. وللبخاري ثم هاجر ففرضت 4 وأقرت صلاة السفر على الأول. After the migration to Medina, the obligatory prayers were made 4, and the salah of traveling was made as 2. Now, we have another word is وزاد أحمد إلا المغرب فإنها وتر النهار وإلا الصبح فإنها تطول فيها القراءة, except for the Maghrib and the Salat al-Fajr. Salat al-Fajr remained 2 rak'ah, okay, but the qira'ah, the recitation in the Fajr prayers, it is longer. Maghrib remained as 3 rakah. So Dhuhr, Asr and Isha became 4. It became 4. Initially it was only 2 plus 2, Dhuhr, 2 Asr and 2 Isha. Maghrib remained the same, and also the Fajr remained the same 2 rakah, but the recitation in the Fajr is longer than the recitation comparatively from the other prayers. So we discussed the issue of whether it is wajib to make the qasr or not, or can we pray completely or not. The Jumhur al-Ulama rahimahumullah, they say that qasr is something which is allowed, but if you have to pray completely, then it is allowed, no problem. Hanafiya, they say that no, you have to pray qasr. You can't make salah complete. Even the Zahiriyya, Madhab Zahiriyya, they are of the opinion that it is wajib for a person to make qasr while traveling. So we have from the aqwal of the ulama, there is a flexibility on this matter because of the hadith that we are going to study further, inshallah ta'ala. When we say safar, traveling, there are different kinds of traveling. Ulama, they have divided the traveling into 5 categories. There's something called haram, traveling which is haram. What is it? Traveling which is haram. لا. السفر للمرأة بلا محرم. A woman who is traveling without mahram, this particular traveling is haram. There is safar which is makruh, disliked. As-safar al-mar'i wahda. A person who travels alone, it is something which is disliked. There is safar, something mustahab. Safar al-mar'ati thaniya. A man traveling in twos. There's something called mubah, general safar, any safar that you go to any places, ziyarah or anything. There is a safar which is wajib. There is safar which is wajib. No, wajib. Obligatory. What is it? Obligatory here? Hajj. As-safaru lil-hajj. This is obligatory. That's why the ulama, they have explained in the fiqh book, safar al-mubah. They mentioned safar al-mubah, a safar which is halal. So to an extent, the ulama have mentioned in the book that a person who is traveling to meet a girl in order to commit zina to another city, for example, there is no salatul qasr about him, because his traveling is haram. To that extent, subhanAllah, ulama have in the fiqh. If a person is going to another city, okay, for some haram things, he should not shorten the prayers. It's haram upon him to shorten the prayers. To that extent, the ulama mentioned. That's why the definite they mention safar al-mubah, the safar which is halal, which is halal, yani which does not have any haram activities in that. But however, the majority they say the safar is safar. Again, for whatever reason he has traveled for, he can shorten the prayer inshallah. We'll stop here. We'll continue this chapter in our next class. So we'll have questions. Barakallahu feek. Any questions? You will take the questions now.
When you're traveling and it's Fajr time, okay, but we are not able to pray because the bus was at stopping on the plane. So how do we pray that?
The question here is that sometimes what happens, you will be traveling in bus and it's the time for Fajr. The bus does not stop anywhere, obviously. Sometimes they stop, sometimes they don't stop. So what am I supposed to do? Can I make the Salah Qadha or should I have to pray in situation? Let me tell you, when I was traveling in the bus, I had a water bottle something like this. Something like this. I made wudu in the bus itself. Taking water, I rubbed my face, hands, everything with little water. I made wudu. This is the idea of making the wudu with less water. Obviously, you don't have taps in the bus where you have to take ghusl and drink. You'll have little water. We'll make wudu in it and you pray. You can do something like that. Sometimes what happens, water will fall down. You use blanket or a towel or whatever it is. You can droplets falls on it. So it's not going to harm the bus even. If there is an objection from the guys, from the bus. So in that we can perform inshallah. Sometimes if you sleep up, obviously you will make qadha of the prayers. That way you will do inshallah. However, we are not supposed to miss the prayers.
Sir, example for haram.
Haram safar, as I told you, a woman who travels without a mahram, it is haram. Woman, it is not allowed for a woman to travel without mahram. It is allowed, it is not allowed. That is safar al-haram. Online, there are no questions online? Online watch, those who are watching online, they can type the questions inshallah. The question here is that there is a jama'ah in the masjid at 1 o'clock and he came late and the jama'ah is finished. And he knows that there is another masjid, the jama'ah is at 1:15. What is he supposed to do? Should he pray alone? Can he go to the other masjid? He will go to the other masjid. Jama'ah is very important. Go to the other masjid, we pray along with the jama'ah.
If I'm completing the remaining rakat, for example, two rakat I'm completing, someone can make imam. In that situation, what should I do?
You can lead the jama'ah for the person. Can lead, no problem. No. For him it will be the same. But the person who's praying behind, once he says salam, he will get up and finish the rest of the rakat. It's clear.
If it is Isha, for example, should we start reciting a little louder?
It's fine, no problem.
Recitation is not compulsory.
Salatul Jahriya is not compulsory. Life can be recited.
I can read Isha, Sirriya.
Yeah.
I can.
When you pray alone, it's no problem. The question here is that can I pray Salatul Isha silently when I miss my jama'ah? It's allowed or not? Or do I have to recite loudly? The sunnah is louder. Even if you pray alone. Jama'ah, of course, you will be leading prayer and you have to lead loudly, obviously. There's no question of leading the Salatul Isha Sirriya, without recitation. You have to recite.
Similarly,
Then you can pray loudly.
No, no, no. For example, a person is praying and you join them. And he will not be reciting loudly for you. Because that's his last two rakah. For you, it is first two rakah. But
Similarly for Asr, Jahari ya फिर
Asr, no, no. Asr, whether you're praying alone, whether you're not praying alone, whether in the Jama'ah or not, it is something silent, right? So there is no question of being louder in the prayers. In the Asr.
so I have to pray Siri.
You have to pray, of course. You can't recite loudly.
You still have to say the that is the problem. Rather than that, recitation everything is same.
Will be the same. The sifat of the salah will not change according to situations. The sifat of the salah will remain its sifat at all situations. Whether you're praying alone, whether you're praying in the jama'ah, or even at home, the sifat will be the same. The characters of salah will be the same.
Can I deny to be a imam? Like someone tells me I'm not to be imam, but I don't want to be a imam. So how can
How did I get lost from me? Are you going to deny this way? No, I don't lead the prayers. No. Lead the jama'ah because it causes confusion, isn't it?
Yes, I told you, old Masal, heritage Masjid. If you pray other Jama, they are not from Salaf, old Masal, different sects. Can you pray?
Yeah, see, you can pray behind any masjid, go to any masjid, behind any imam, at any part of the world, as long as the imam is not a mushrik. If you don't know, your salah is valid. If you know and pray, your salah is invalid.
it happens to me? I went to Mexico. There is a masjid is there. It's famous for mega party. I went to one of my friend and he was like, just prepare things. पता नहीं अभी ना कब है कैसे if the imam is Muslim or not, I don't know because they are from the Maram. So I went and prayed. Then I realized that क्या करेंगे कैसे करेंगे.
If you have prayed salah behind a person whose imam is a mushrik, okay, and you have to repeat your prayers. And if you do not know that imam is a mushrik, if you do not know, your salah is valid. Your salah is valid, not his prayers. Your salah is valid. But if you know and pray behind him, then your salah is invalid. Got the problem? Even there are some people who go to Dargah. Are you going to make him a mushrik? He might go to Dargah in order to make dua for that person who is in the grave. Whenever whoever goes to Dargah, you can't make everybody as a mushrik. He might go to Dargah in order to pray for that person. Who knows?
Sir, why?
There are many people who go to Dargah just to pray for that person. So are we going to make bilkulliya that person is mushrik? This is what we have problem is. A big problem. Not everybody goes to Dargah as a mushrik. But you need to know that what is he doing there? Is he making sujood? Is he making dua through him? You ask him, then you make him mushrik and pray behind him, not to pray behind him. Isn't it? What we do, the moment we see a person go to Dargah, it is a mushrik, kafir, murtad, munafiq. You got to be very careful about these things. Yeah. Not combined. To make the salah complete. Yeah, combined. That's different thing. Qasam was jinn. I said Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam never ever prayed completely when he was traveling. Complete prayer. Dhuhr 4 rakah, Asr 4 rakah, Isha 4 rakah. There is no hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Combined, yes, he prayed. Combined, yes, of course he prayed. Shortly. I said shortly. So we discussed it shortly. Combining you should still be inshallah. When to combine, how to combine. Inshallah, we'll discuss that also. This chapter will be interesting. He shortened the prayers. He never prayed completely. He always shortened the prayers. Matter is clear, inshallah, we'll conclude this. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Masha. take a bath normally for hygiene reason, like everyone take day, and we are not in the state of major impurity, do we need to make complete wudu before taking bath? Question is, if we take a bath normally for hygiene reason, like every ordinary day, okay, general ghusl, and we are not in the state of major impurity, and it's not in the state of major impurity, general taking bath, do we need to take complete wudu before taking bath? No, not necessarily you have to make a complete wudu, not necessarily, but rather you have to make wudu before your prayers. Before your prayers, you have to make wudu.
If this the normal part, can, because it's, I mean, we are anyways clean, right? So will that is wudu still required in that, in a normal part?
No, wudu is required. Yes. And to make wudu while taking bath?
No, just a shower with water, like normal ghusl, okay, without doing ghusl. If someone just has the intention that I'm doing the ghusl, but for I can use that same thing for my salah as well. Is that?
Is he making wudu for that?
No, he is not taking ghusl.
He has to make wudu. There is something called nuzzi, a ghusl which is enough technically, which is allowed. There is something called ghusl al-kamil that includes the wudu. If a person does not make the wudu, he has to make the wudu in that. You got your point? So he has to make the wudu. One of the conditions of the salah to be accepted is that tahara. Tahara is, you should lift رفع الحدث وإزالة النجس, that is to come out from the state of impurity and remove the impurity. Coming out of the state of impurity, how? That is by making ghusl and wudu. And إزالة النجس by removing impurity from the shirt, from your hands, from your body, from the place. إزالة النجس. You should be out of the major impurity. For example, if a person is in the state of major impurity, for example, a person is in the state of janaba is walking there. Can you make a person? Can you know that this person is in the state of janaba? Will it be written here that janabi? It will not be written here, right? Whether he has stickers on where I am in the state of janaba. No. How do we know? We do not know, but he knows. And how can he come out of that state is by taking ghusl from the major impurity. And minor impurity, obviously, you will make wudu, will be out of the minor impurity. Is it clear? So a general ghusl will not, you can't make just general ghusl and go and pray. You have to make wudu before the prayers.
After that ghusl, then we make ghusl. After
You can do it soon. No problem. Anything else? You don't have a question? جزاكم الله خيرا وبارك الله فيك. وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى اله وصحبه اجمعين. والسلام عليكم.